Hi, thank you for joining and welcome. We are going to do a Magic the Gathering Phyrexian All Will Be One booster box. Alright, so we are going to open this bad boy up. The first video I did was the set boosters. This one we got draft. Hopefully I get a little bit better at production on this. I've been working and trying to get everything looking better on the YouTube video that I'll be putting up there. I should have all the prices to some of the better ones off and to the right and do some editing. I am unboxing live, but we'll be posting the video on YouTube. Alright, so we got box with the topper. Alright. So we're going to go ahead empty that box. Put them off to the side. Alrighty, we're going to start wide and then we will start zooming in on the cards as need or as everything progresses. Alright, so there we go. Alright, we got the Forgeheimer Centurion, Pestilence Siphoner, Gitexian Autonomous. I guess that's maybe how you say it. Probably not. Incisor Glider, Oil Gorger Troll, Free From Flesh, Experience Ascent, Volshock Splitter, Dune Mover, Anointment of Affliction, Porcelain Zealot, Necrogen Communion, Magnetic Sprinter, and then we got Kato, Dancer of Shadows, Planeswalker. Alright. Up to one target creature can't attack or block until your next turn. Draw a card for 0 and create a 2/2 colorless drone artifact. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you may return one of them to its owner's hand. Alright, so we got Kato. And then we got some of the really good mana. I love the artwork in the mana. And we got ourselves a token. Alright. On to package number 2. Alright, Testament Bearer, Glistener Seer, we got Indoctorant Attendant, Copper Longlegs, Phyrexian Spider, Thrill of Possibility, Slinger Hivemaster. See if we can get better view of that. Zealot's Conviction, Dross Skullbomb, Gitaxian Raptor, Ruthless Perdition, Tyvar Stand, Ravenous Necrochation, Necrochation, good lord. come up with some of the goofiest names to make it really hard to say them sometimes. Alright, we got Awaken the Sleeper. I know I'm butchering things. Alright, we got Kethik the Crucible Goliath. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-legendary creature card with lesser mana value. Put it on the battlefield, then put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. Alright, we got a Swamp and another token. Alright, next pack. We got Vanish into Eternity. The Malcator's Watcher. Lattice Blade Mantis. Molten Rebuke. Got a Cutthroat Centurion. We got Vivisurgeon's Insight. Another Zealot's Conviction. Gonna get a lot of duplicates in there. Alright, we got a first non-legendary land. They're spheres, huh? Alright, we got another Skull Bomb. We got a Scheming Aspirant. We got a Viral Spawning. We got some Mirror Convert. I love mirrors. I don't know about you guys, but it's one of my favorite creature types. Alright, we got Ikamon Gauntlet. Planeswalkers you control have 0 proliferate and -12. Take an extra turn after this one. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose a counter on target permanent. Put the additional counter of that kind on that permanent. Alright. And then we got a double rare with a shiny. Alright, we got the Soulless Jailer. Permanent cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. See, now that's a great card to shut down a lot of these playback cards. That can go into a lot of decks. I hope maybe that might be actually a little worth something. Alright, we got ourselves a Rebel. Alright guys, next pack. Thank you for bearing with me as I butcher these names and work on trying to get everything looking nice. I'm kind of working with okay stuff. Alright, we got another Cutthroat Centurion. We got Mesmerizing Dose. Hey, Leons. I like Leons. We got a Maze's Mantle. We got a Volt Charge. Alright, Whisper of the Dross. Hey, we got our first alternate art. The Swamp Blade Scamp. I got a bunch of those in the draft set. Or, I'm sorry, the set boosters. The Blightbelly Rat. So what do you guys think of the new Toxic rather than it being Infect or Poison? It's a little different, but I mean, still starts getting them poison counters on. Alright, so we got a Flying Poison that can pump. Alright, we've got a Meldweed Curator. We got a Necroscuter. Interesting. Enter the battlefield with 2 oil counters on him. The new mechanic of oil. Got to look into that. I haven't really done much thoughts onto that one yet. We got an Immobilizer. Enters the battlefield, remove an oil counter. Alright. We've got another alternate art, Cankerbloom. I got like 6 of those out of the last box. Alright. A Bloated Contaminator. Trample with Toxic 1, and whenever Blow Decontaminator deals combat damage to a player, Proliferate. I really like Proliferate. Alright, we got some planes. And we got a poison counter. Alright guys, moving on to the next pack. Open sesame. Alright. Boop. Alright, we got some equipment for Mirrodin. That's been showing up. We got a Death Touch Basilisk. I do like basilisks. They are a great creature type. Alright, we got some artifact equipment. We got a Gladiator. We got an Escaped Experiment. A Mandible Justicar. A Tyrannix Atrocity with haste and Toxic 3. I haven't been paying attention, but we got a Toxic 3 and a Toxic 2. Most of the ones we saw are 1, so they were getting up there. We got a Dune Mover. Now, see, I don't know about you guys, but I didn't do a whole lot of spoiling and looking at all the cards in the set. I've been waiting for the unboxing to actually really have a look at the cards, so all these are kind of newer to me, except for some of the few that I've seen when I was doing the last unboxing, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of reading all the cards, so we are looking at most of these together. Against all odds, what we got here? Exile or Return. And then we've got an Urbrask Forge. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put oil counters on the forge. Then create an X1 Phyrexian horror creature where trample and haste, where X is the number of oil counters. Sacrifice the token. So that's kind of cool. Every turn you get one that's a little bit stronger. That'll work. Alright. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of card you were actually hoping for. And if you did Phyrexian, I don't know if the rumors about the sword were true, but I'm really looking forward to hopefully drawing a sword. That's kind of my hope on these unboxings, is grabbing a sword would be spectacular. So with some support from anybody watching, doing a like and a follow on my channel would be great as well. We got another Forge Hammer. Alright, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Each opponent gets a poison counter. That's not bad. That can help speed some things along. Another Watcher. A Sinew Dancer. Alright, a Surgical Skull Bomb. A Phyrexian Atlas. Add 1 mana of any color. That's kind of nice. Whenever Phyrexian Atlas comes tapped, each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters loses 1 life. Wow, a double bonus. That's kind of nice. The Corrupted is actually an interesting mechanic I'm liking. Alright, we got a Goblin. We got some Pump. We got a Bat. Imperfection. Norn's Wellspring. Whenever a creature you control dies, scry 1 and put an oil counter on the Wellspring. Remove 2 oil counters from Norn's Wellspring and draw a card. Could work well with Proliferate, where we can keep putting oil counters constantly on there and drawing a bunch of cards. Alright. Next pack. We got a Volt Charge. Alright, Whisper of Dross. We got another Synthesizer. We got an Enforcer. Elf Scout. Got the Goblin again. Another Phyrexian Atlas. We got our next land. Sacrifice to draw a card. Alright, we got a Bones Picker. We got a Phyrexian insect. Alright, we got a Secrum snare. We got another artifact. We got White Sun's Twilight. Alright, you gain X life and create 1/1 creatures. Colorless Phyrexian might artifact creature tokens with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Well, there we go. That's a nifty one. I like it. Life gain and creature advantage all in one card. Alright, our next shiny. We got a Swooping Lookout, flying with vigilance. Alright, we got another forest and a beast token. Alright, next bag. Next pack, not next bag, but hey, you know. All good, right? Alright, another Forge Hammer. Infectious Inquiry again. Got another Watcher. Vanish. Another Manti. Molten Rebook. Hey, look, another Phyrexian. Wow, that one got double printed. Look at that. That's all, I kind of like it. It's very distinct. Oh, look at this whole pack got a bunch of, that must have been with the new ink on that one. Furnace Skull Bomb. I actually really like it when it's printed really bold like that. Kind of sticks out a bit. Alright, we got a Surgeon. We got a Phyrexian Cleric. Phyrexian Clerics are always good. We got some Expand the Sphere. Look at top 6 cards. Alright, what do we got? Encroaching Mycosynthesis. Mycosynthesis. Non-land permanents you control are artifacts in addition to their other types. The same is true for permanent spells you control and non-land permanent cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Well, that works good for an artifact affinity deck. Alright, we got some nice white mana, and we got another Rebel. Alright, next, Pacharino. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Well, that's a nice looking token artifact. I don't know why that went all... Usually that was my bad on that one. Sorry, guys. Alright, we got some Pump. We got some Destruction. We got a Counter. We got nice equipment. What do we got here? Oh, +0, +1. That's kind of sad. Although it does put it on a 2/2 germ, so to speak. So that's decent. Alright. Got some Hyenas. We got another Skull Bomb. Some Beasts. Little Beasties. Alright, we got another mana. Sacrifice, draw a card. Guess we got one in all the colors, huh? Can you sing with all the colors of the wind? Alright, we got another Zealot. We got a Vat of Rebirth. We got Imperfection. And then we got another Planeswalker, the Eternal Wanderer. No more than one creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each combat. Let's see, we got one where we exile up to one target artifact or creature, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. Create a 2/2 white samurai. That's interesting to have samurais back again. And for each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control not chosen this way. Oh wow, a nice little wiper. He can pretty much come right out and do it. That's not terrible. And we got a Swamp. Alright, let me know if you see any of the rares that you look forward to trying out or building in a deck. Would love to have some comments down below. Even just to tell me that this video was laughingly bad. But hopefully we got some positives out of it. Alright, we got a Mantis. Don't run away. We got another Molten. Got another Ascent. Got another Dancer. Got a different Skull Bomb. Anoint the Affliction. I got a Skywarden. Ogres. Who else here thinks ogres are one of the worst creature types in this game? Due to the fact that they have no synergy and they're very just filler. Alright, we got a Cinder Ravager. Alright, one less to cast for each permanent you control with an oil counter on it. Well, that's not bad. Kind of some more oil synergy. When enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. Well, that's not a terrible card. Alright, we got Rhea Ivorn, Bane of the Bladehold. Battlecry is back. Alright. At the beginning of combat on your turn, the next time target creature would deal combat damage to 1 or more players, is combat prevent that damage. If damage is presented this way, create that many 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creatures. Boy, there's a whole bunch of mites that are just going to be running around in this set, huh? Alright, we got another shiny. This time it's a long book. And then, oh, the purple swamp. That's my favorite one right there. That is so pretty. And Samurai. That's funny. I didn't think they would be bringing Samurais back. They were only on the Kamigawa set, and they weren't really very well received. And very rarely played, and then here we are making a resurgence in a Phyrexian deck, or a Phyrexian set no less. So let me know what you think about that, and if you guys actually liked the Samurais or not with Bushido. Alright, we got some Thirsting Roots. We got a Blazing Crescendo, Annihilating Glare. I'm going to go with Destruction on that one. Bringing the End. There's a counterspell again. There's another one of those kind of wimpy artifact equipment. Alright, we got a Carnivorous Canopy. Destroy target artifacts. Gotta love the artifact destruction. And there's black. I think that completes our rainbow for the manas. Alright, we got our next Imp for our art card. We got 2 manas in this pack. Good lord. Alright, we got another Skull Bomb. Ooh, that one looks cool. Vehicle. Rib Skiff, huh? A Toxic 2. When he enters the battlefield, draw a card. Crew 3 for 4. What do you guys think of the whole vehicle mechanic? Alright, we got a Furnace Punisher as another art card. And we got a Slaughter Stinger. See, one thing I wish they brought back was Slivers. I love Slivers. They're my favorite. Alright, so we got a Iron Goblin. Sacrifice an artifact. And all the mites are artifacts, so you can easily create mites. Add an amount of red mana equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value. Well, that wouldn't work. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. Alright. We got a Swampage. And yet another Rebel. Wish I haven't seen any token creation for Rebels. I haven't been paying that great attention, but not the point. Alright. We got Cruel Grimmage. We got a Visurgeon's Insight. Alright, we got a Crawling Chorus. When it dies, create a Phyrexian Might. Boy, we have be getting a bunch of them mites, aren't we? Alright, another Elf. Another fun deck to play are Elves. Alright, we got an Artifact Beast. We got another Hive Master. Surgical Bay. We got another one of the nice, pretty, really bold lettering. Alright, Hexagold Slash. We got another Phyrexian Goblin Warrior. Let's see, we got Endifice. There's the battlefield. Alright, we got a Gleeful Demolition. Leave it to the goblins. Uh-oh. We oopsied on one of those. Oh, we got a double rare again. Nice. Alright, we got another Bloated Contaminator. And then we got a... Oh, we got a Phyrexian Horror. Look at us go. And it's a shiny. Alright, Hungering Dominus. We got a Phyrexian Horror. Reach at the beginning of each combat. Double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. 2 Phyrexian mana. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. Put an indestructible counter on the Hungering Dominion. Very nice. I think that's going to be worth a little bit. We'll see at the end of the video here. Nice shiny hunger. Alright, we got some mountains, and we got another Phyrexian Might. We're going to need a bunch of those counters, aren't we? Alright. Next packety pack. Boop. Alright, we got another Hyena. We got some Horrors. Proliferate. Gotta like that mechanic. It's always been fun. We got a Phyrexian Beast. Alright, we got another Justicar. Got another Thirsting Roots. Alright, we got a Hazardous Blast. It's a Blastity Blast. Complete Devotion. We got the Black Skull Bomb this time. We've been getting a lot of reds and a couple of whites. I haven't seen the black one yet. We got another Atrocity. And then we got another of the black mana. We got Noxious Exalt, just like somebody has a bunch of Taco Bell. Alright, Magma Spritter. We got another one of the Singers. Oh, look at that. We got an Unstoppable Juggernaut. Rare alternate art. Alright, Juggernauts you control attack each combat if able. Juggernauts you control can't be blocked by walls. When was the last time you see anyone really play a wall, though? And other creatures you control have base power and toughness 5/3 and are Juggernauts in addition to their other creature types. Well, I don't know about that one. With an 8 power, that just kind of screams not a great card off the top of my head. Alright, we got Koth of the Fire Resistance, or Fire of Resistance. We got an emblem. Usually emblems are actually valuable tokens. At least they have been in the past. We shall see. Alright. Next up, we got the Vanish into Eternity. And then we got another Mantis. We got a bunch of those bad boys. We got a bunch of Molten Rebooks. We got some more of these Clerics. Another Chorus. Vestigious Insight we've got. We've got some Ramble. We're going to go through these pretty quick since we've seen all of these so far. Nothing new, nothing exciting. Oh, we haven't seen the Imp yet. Oh, alternate art we did. I like the Corrupted. As long as the opponent has 3 or more poison counters. Surge has Death Touch and Lifelink. I do like that new mechanic. It's kind of nice. As long as you're getting everybody corrupted. Alright, we got a Golem. Haven't seen a Golem in a while. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it has 1 or more oil counters on it, put an oil counter on it. Creatures you control with oil counters get +1/+1. Well, that's not terrible. We got a Thrumming Bird. Always good. Those guys were great in the other sets. Let's see, we got Return Card. And then we got Staff of Completion. Good lord, it's got all kinds of abilities, doesn't it? Alright, we've got pay 1 life, destroy target permanent you own. Alright, pay 2 life, add 1 mana of any color. Pay 3 life, proliferate, pay 4 life, draw a card, and 5 mana, untap Staff of Completion. So you can do as many as you want for as much mana as you have, or as much life as you feel like spending. Alright. So we got some land, and we got another might. Alright guys, next up. We've got ourselves another Centurion. Oh, get back here. Yeah, we got insight. It wanted to leave. We got another Chorus. We got another Elf. Nothing new yet. We got another Beast. Nothing new. Another one of those. Oh, there's a new one. Prophetic Prism. When Prism enters the battlefield, draw a card. 1 tap, add any mana. So we got a little help on mana fixing, but nothing overly special. Got another one of those. We got another complete devotions. We got that emergence. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control and proliferate. There we go. That'll work. We got another artificer. Got an armored scapegourger. Or scrap gorger. Armored scrap gorger gets +3/+0 as long as it has 3 or more oil counters on it. And it has tap 1 to add any mana of any color. Well, that's not bad. It's a little mana dork that can actually survive a few things. We got the sword! Yes! Alright! We got it. The Blade of Shared Souls. Actually, this is not the sword I was thinking. Whenever the Blade... Nope. My mistake. I just got excited seeing Blade. And it's just a basic equipment. When Blade of Shared Souls becomes attached to a creature, as long as Blade of Shared Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. Well, I got overly excited for a decent artifact, but nothing special. I got my hopes up and then dashed after I started reading. Actually, after I saw that it was a rare and not a mythic, is when I realized that it was not the sword. It is not the sword we were looking for. Alright, we got a hyena again. We got some duress. Well, everybody knows what duress does, I would imagine. Hey, a Phyrexian cat. When the prowler enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls. That might go good in my cat deck. We got an angel. Alright, we're getting some new cards right now. When Angel enters the battlefield, look at that, create 2 colorless mites. Alrighty then. We got a Druid. That's some more new. This whole pack has been pretty much all new cards. Alright, we got the Forge Hammer. We definitely have seen that one, and we have definitely seen that one, haven't we? And that bad boy has been around. Wow. Alright. Nope, so much for the newness. Alright, well, the Skull Dweller I don't think we've seen yet is a Death Touch. We did see that guy. That was one of our first shinies that we got. Alright, we got the Artificer again. And look at that, we've got the Archfiend of the Dross. Flying 6/6 for 4. Archfiend of the Dross enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove an oil counter from Archfiend of the Dross. Then, if it has no oil counters on it, you lose the game. Wow, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, its controller loses 2 life. So, as long as you can keep them counters on him, which there's a lot of synergy for that, you're doing alright. Otherwise, you are in some trouble. Especially if somebody can remove all the counters, you just instantly lose. Good times. It's not a terrible card. It could be fun. Definitely could have a little fun with that. Not to mention you have a proliferate deck and you can easily keep them oil counters on them. Alright, what we got next? We got our buddy, the Elf Warrior. Alright, then we got our Phyrexian Beast. We got the Hive Master again. Alright, here's a new one. Eye of the Mallocator. When Eye of the Mallocator enters the battlefield, scry 2. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, Eye of the Mallocator becomes a 4/4 Phyrexian Eye artifact creature until end of turn. Alright, next one is the Incisor Glider. Flying Teeth. Whenever the Incisor Glider attacks, if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. More of that corrupted. That is actually going to be kind of fun to build around. Alright, we got another Phyrexian Beast. Reach, Trample. Can't be blocked by creatures with flying. We got ourselves another Mirror. A Kinsmith. When the Kinsmith enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a mirror card. Nice. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Well, that would become very handy in a lot of mirror decks. We got a Phyrexian Dinosaur again. We've seen him. We have definitely seen Surgical Bay a few times. Offer Immortality. Target creature gains Death Touch and Indestructible until end of turn. That's not too shabby. The Vivisection Evangelist has Vigilance and Corrupted. What is Corrupted on this one? If opponent has 3, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls when he enters the battlefield. So if you can blink him, you can start destroying some creatures. Alright, we got some Hover Wings. The equipped creature has flying, and the creature you control that are equipped with it gets a +1/+0. Tainted Observer. Flying with Toxic 1. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2. If you do, you can proliferate. That's not terrible. And we got another Staff. Well, that's unfortunate. I always like to try to get non-duplicates of all the rares, but you know, we shall see. Alright. Next pack. Alright, we got another Cleric, we got another Eye. We got Duelist of Deep Faith. Toxic 1, as long as it's your turn, Duelist of Deep Faith has first strike. That's good for on the offensive. We got the Beast again. Alright, we got a Blade Aspirant. We got Menace. Equipped spells you cast cost 1 less. Not bad. Activate ability of equipment you control that activate costs 1 less to activate. Well, that has a little usage. We got another one of those. We got another Black Skull Bomb. We got another Dinosaur. We got yet another Pit. Alright, we got Plated Onslaught. Affinity for artifacts. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Alright, we got the Goblin Warrior again. Alright, we got some Rats. Sacrifice a artifact or creature, draw a card. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters and only once each turn. Still has some definite usage. Alright, our rare is going to be a land. Alright, enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands, red or black. Alright, we got Duelist of Deep Faith as a shiny. We got some mountains, and we got a Golem token. Alright, what is next? Alright, what do you think of this pack so far? I don't know. I'm on the fence. I've seen a couple interesting things. We did get 2 Planeswalkers so far, but nothing overly special except for the one shiny rare. Alright, we got a Insect. Flying with Toxic 1. Basic but effective. We got another Phyrexian Wizard. We got another Tooth Glider. We got another Troll. We got Free from Flesh. We got that one in our first pack. We got another Infectious Inquiry. We got an Engraver. When he enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. Remove an oil counter from Engraver, discard a card, draw a card. Alright, we got the Green Skull Bomb. I don't think we've seen that one yet. We got a Quicksilver Fisher, Drake, Flying, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Alright, we got another one of the whites. I think out of all the ones, I think the white one is one of the cooler looking ones. Alright, Infectious Bite. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to a target creature you don't control. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Alright, we got a Trawler Drake. Flying, enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters, +1/+1 for each oil counter on it. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter. So he can get real big real quick, especially with Proliferate. Alright, we got an Anointer. When it enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of permanents you control with oil counters. Alright, artifact. And we've got a Phyrexian Arena as our rare. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Alright, well then. That is anticlimactic. We got a pretty blue, and then we've got a horror token. Alright, next pack. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely like the set boosters more so than the draft boosters. Alright, we got another Aspirant. We've got a Torment Bearer. When he dies, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Alright, we got our next vehicle, a Meldweb Strider. Enters the battlefield with an oil counter on it, remove an oil counter. It becomes an artifact creature until end of turn, so you don't have to crew it as long as it has oil counters on it. So that can come in handy. Alright, we got a Phyrexian Cleric. When he enters the battlefield, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. If you do, hey look, there it is again, Might tokens. We got a Spider. We've seen him before. We got the Thrill of Possibility, just like all these packs. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. Alright, so you got to do that first before you draw. Alright, target creature gains then. We've seen that one a couple times. We've seen the Engraver a few times now. We got that Mirror again. We got the Fisher again. Alright, we got a Charforger. When he enters the battlefield, create a Goblin token this time. And whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter. Remove 3 oil counters from him and exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Alright, we got Minor Misstep. Counter target spell with 1 or less mana cost. Alright, we got an Obsidian Finisher. Affinity for equipment and trample. That's interesting, not artifacts, but just equipment. A 7/5 for 7. Alright. And there's our rare Dragonwing Glider. So equipped creature gets +2/+2. It has flying and haste. But for 5, I don't know. What do you think? Kind of really disappointing for a rare on that one. That seems like an uncommon, but I don't know about a rare. Maybe if it costs 2 or 3, it might be worthwhile. Alright. Boop. Alright, everybody knows duress. We've all been horribly afflicted by it more times than we care to count. Alright, this is another one of the Angels. We got another Watcher. We got yet another Mantis and another Molten Rebuke. We got another Devotion. We got another Boar. Alright, we got another Red Mana. We got another Kinsmith. Another Against All Odds. We got another Skywarden Ogre. Alright, we got another Cinder Slash. And now we've got a Conduit of Worlds. You may play lands from your graveyard. Hey, look. And choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. If you do, you can't cast additional spells this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Now see, that is not a terrible card. It's like Crucible, only has a bit more flavor. Alright, we got some islands. And we got a cat token. Nice. I need more of those. Alright, next card. Alright, we got another eye. We've got another incisor. We got another beast. Another aspirant. We've got another bearer. We got another one of those guys. Got some more Offer of Immortality. We've got another engraver. Yet another kinsmith. Alright. Necrogen Communion. Enchant creature you control. Enchant creature has Toxic 2. And when an enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So we got instant return. And then the only other artifact vehicle is that bad boy. Furnace Punisher. Menace. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Punisher deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 or more basic lands. And we got a Monument to Perfection. Search your library for a basic, sphere, or locust land card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. That's kind of nice that they actually put locust on there, because I have a really good locust deck. Alright, Monument to Perfection becomes a 9/9 Phyrexian Construct artifact. Loses all abilities and gains indestructible and toxic 9? Activate only if there are 9 or more lands with different names among the basic, sphere, and locust lands you control. Well, that is actually pretty sweet. I like it. Alright, there's a quick little, if you want to read her. Monument to Perfection is a pretty nifty card. I like her. Alright, we got a Shiny Artificer. And then we got a Plains. And yet another Might. Alright. We're a little over halfway done now. Boop. Alright, we got another Centurion. A couple of those bad boys, huh? We got another Insight. And a Chaos. Or Chorus. We got another Elf Warrior. We got yet another Beast. We got another Cleric. Yet another Engraver. We got another Pit. We got another Immortality. We got some more Dinosaurs. Alright, we got another Golem. We got the Apostle of the Invasion. Alright, Flying with Corrupted that has double strike corruption. That's not bad. We got another Thrumming Bird. I always love Thrumming Birds. We got another one of those Dragon Gliders. That's disappointing. But we did get another purple land, so I'm happy with that one. Ooh, that's a nice looking token. Hollow Sentinel. Token large. With the Phyrexian Might on the other side. Well, that's kind of a nice token. We might have to look into that one, see if it's got any kind of potential. Alright. Fleshless Gladiator. Corrupted. With 2 and a black, return Gladiator from your graveyard to your hand. You lose 1 life. Not too bad. We got another Strider. We got a Charge of the Mites. Alright, Charge of the Mites deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker, or create 2 1/1 Might tokens. Alright. Titanic Growth. +4/+4 now. We got another Blazing Crescendo. Another Annihilating Glare. Ooh, let's see. We got a Raptor. Flying. Enters the battlefield with 3 oil counters. Remove an oil counter. Get +1/-1 until end of turn. Alright. We got a Sawblade Scamp. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Sawblade. Remove an oil counter from Sawblade Scamp. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. Not little pinger. Alright, we got Ruthless Perdition. Target creature gets +1/+2 until end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. We always like those. We got another rat. Blightbelly rat. Toxic 1. When Blightbelly dies, proliferate. We got another Artificer. We got an Infectious Bite. We got another Tainted Observer. And we've got Thrun, the Breaker of Silence. This is a nice card. Alright, the spell can't be countered. Trample. Thrun, Berserker of Silence can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control or abilities from non-green sources your opponents control. As long as it's your turn, Thrun has Indestructible. Now there we go. That's a pretty decent card. Legendary creature. So he's got protection from everything but green. You can't go wrong too bad with that one, especially if they don't have any green spells. Poison counter. Alright. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. It's been fun. I have like 10 more boxes to open at some point here. Alright, we got another eye. We got the Duelist of Deep Faith, Toxic, and First Strike on your turn. We got another Beast. We got another of them Babos. We got another Bearer. We got another Skull Bomb. We got another Perdition. We got another Raptor. We got another Scamp. We got another Lookout. Oh, I got another Scamp. We got another Charge Forger. Alright, we got Dark Slick Shores as an alternate art card. Well, there we go. That's not the worst thing to get. Alright, we got another shiny. Got some mountains. And we got a disappointment in that one. Not even a token. Alright, looks like the last 12-ish or so. Not going to spend any time to count. We're just going to go home. Alright, Maze's Mantle. We got a Volt Charge. Another Whisper of Dross. Alright, we got Ichor Synthesizer. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter. As long as Synthesizer has 4 or more oil counters on it, it gets +2/+0 and can't be blocked. Alright. We got Enforcer, Vigilance, +2/+0 as long as you control 2 or more artifacts. With all the might creation, that shouldn't be very hard. Alright, we got a Furnace Strider. Enters the battlefield with 2 oils on it. Remove an oil counter from Furnace Strider. Target creature you control gains haste until end of turn. Alright, we got a Webmelt Curator. When the Curator enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard onto the top of your library. Alright, we got a Phyrexian Bird, the Raptor. Flying, Toxic 1. When it enters the battlefield, another target creature you control with Toxic gets +1/+2 and +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. Alright, we got Numir, a Custodian. When Custodian enters the battlefield, scry 2, then each opponent may scry 1. Well, that's nice of him. Alright, Terramorphic Expanse. Everybody knows what Terramorphic Expanse is, I would hope. Alright, we got some more Hover Wings. Alright, we got the Evangelist again. And we got a Drake. And what do we get today? We got a Red Sun's Twilight. Destroy up to X target artifacts. If X is 5 or more, for each artifact destroyed this way, create a token that's a copy of it. These tokens gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. Then we got some red mana. And a poison counter. Alright, so what we got? We got 3, 6, 9, 10 to go. Alright. Alright, we got some more Titanic Growth. Got some more Blazing Crescendos. We got some more Glares. Bring the Ending, counter target spell again. Well, there's a new one. We got Mirrodin, Burgi, Bardacci. We got +2/+1 and Vigilance. The artifacts in this one are pretty pricey, though. Let me tell you. We got another Canopy, another Raptor, another Sawblade, another Perdition. We got another Rat. Alright, new multi. We got Chimera. Flying. When you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on the Chimera. Remove 3 oil counters. Draw a card. Then you may discard a non-land card. When you discard a card this way, deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright, we got some more artifacts. Alright. First Strike and Trample for 2 with a 3 equip. That's actually fairly decent equipment. Not great, but alright. We got Resistance Reunited. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And equipped creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Alright, look what we got. We got a Megala's Maze Crusher. Legendary Beast. Let's see. Maze Crusher enters the battlefield with 5 oil counters on it. 1 generic, remove an oil counter from Maze. It gains Vigilance and Menace until end of turn. 2 colorless, remove 2 oil counters from it. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And 3 colorless, remove 3 oil counters and destroy target artifact or enchantment. Well, that could become a beast real quick with Proliferate. And another Might. Alright. Alright, we got some more Chorus. We got some more Elves. We got another Beast. We got another of them. We got some more Eyes. We got another Duelist. We got another Custodian. We got some Hunter Maze. Alright, we got a Head Cleaver. Menace Toxic 2. Alright, another Cephalopod Sentry. Flying Cephalopod Sentry. Enter. Sentry power is equal to the number of artifacts you control. Again, with the whole Might explosion here, that can get real big real quick. Alright, we got a Paladin of Perdition. A Knight. Toxic 6. Good lord. 7. It's a 6/7. Paladin can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Well, there we go. Gets by a couple of the little chump blockers. That is not bad, especially with a little trample going on with him. Alright. Looks like we got Drown and Ichor. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn and Proliferate. Alright, look at that. We got another rare alternate art. Geth, Thane of Contracts. We've got other creatures you control get -1/-1. That's disappointing. Alright. 1 colorless, 2 black. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains if this creature would leave the battle, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Activate only as a sorcery. Well, that's kind of a downside for... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him making all your stuff smaller. Alright, we've got a Shiny Seer. When he enters the battlefield with the oil counter on it, remove an oil counter from Seer, scry 1. Alright, we got a green. And we've got a drone. That's a nice looking token. Alright. Got another Phyrexian Wizard. We've got another Cleric. We got a Stalker. We got another Furnace Beast. Another Phyrexian Horror. Oops. We got another Seer. Another Curator. Another Raptor. More Custodians. Another Expanse. We got some Distorted Curiosity. Corrupted. This spell costs 2 less if it's corrupted and draw 2 cards. So you can actually draw 2 cards with 1 mana if you got 3 poison counters. Alright, new equipment. What we got here? Anything good? That's a 6 casting cost. You trim gets +4/+4 and trample. Costs 7 to equip though. Good lord. But it does come in equipped already, so it's already a 6/6 creature for 6. That's not bad. I can't complain too bad on that equipment. Sheoldred's Edict, huh? Choose one. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature token. Each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. Wow, look at that. You get all kinds of choices on that one. That's not a bad edict. Alright, we got the Seed Core. Tap for 1 colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast Phyrexian creature spells. And it has a Corrupted where you could tap it, target 1/1 creature, gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more. Well, that has a bunch of different plays for that one. We got a Swamp and another poison counter. Alright. Boof. A Phyrexian Beast. We got that bad boy. We've got another Duress. We've got another Prowler. We've got another Shepherd. Another Prism. We got another Druid. We got another... Oh, actually, we haven't seen that one yet. Alright, Experimental. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your library in any order, and proliferate. Alright, we got another Elf Druid with ability to put oil counters on itself and remove an oil counter to untap target lands. So we can combo that bad boy later on. Let's see, we got a new aura, Planar Disruption. Enchant artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So you can shut down a planeswalker. That's kind of nice. We got another expanse. Alright, we got a new knight. Venomous Brutalizer. Toxic 3. When Venomous Brutalizer enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 colorless and a green. If you do, proliferate. Not terrible. Ossification. Enchant basic land you control. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls until ossification leaves the battlefield. Alright, we've got Feed the Infection. You draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. Corrupted. Each opponent who has 3 or more poison counters loses 3 life. No, that's not bad. And then we've got a Masticore. 5 for a 5/5 first strike protection from multicolored. Well, I mean, not terrible. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Masticore unless you discard a card. All the time with the Masticores, discarding. When you discard a card this way, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the mana value of the discarded card. Well, it has a little bit of use for a minute, but then it just becomes, well, useless. They always do that with the Masticores, don't they? Hey, we got that Hull Sentinel again. Alright, final 6. Come on, we're rooting for something really good here. I don't know about you, but this box seems a little disappointing. We got some Copper Legs. We got a Thrill of Possibility. Another Hive Master. Another Dose. Another Leon Lightbringer. I do like Leon. He's a good kitty. Alright, we got a Maze's Mantle Flash. Enchant creature. When Mantle enters the battlefield, if enchanted creature has Toxic, that creature gains Hexproof until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Alright, we got Ascent until end of turn. Target creature gets +1/+3, Flying, and Toxic 1. Sinew Dancer we've seen. We got another Skull Bomb. We got another Anointed. Alright, we got an Infested Flesh Cutter. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 1/1 Phyrexian Might artifact. Well, that's not a bad card. Anytime the equipped creature attacks, you get to create more little dudes. Alright, we have an Incubation Sac. Incubation Sac enters the battlefield with 3 oil counters on it. Remove an oil counter from Incubation Sac. Create a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact token. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright, we've got a Bladed Ambassador. Bladed Ambassador enters the battlefield with an oil counter. Remove an oil counter from Ambassador. He gains indestructible until end of turn. Alright, what do we got? Oh, we got another of the Museth Gardens. Disappointing. We've gotten 3 copies so far. That is sad. Alright. Last 5. Bam. Alright. We got another Engulfer. We've got a million of those guys. We got tons of them. We got another Seer. Alright, we got another Attendant. I don't know if we've seen the Attendant yet. Toxic 1. When he enters the battlefield, you may return another. Oh, yep, we've seen him a few times. This guy, the Head Cleaver, Menace, Toxic 2. Alright, we've seen that one a few times. The Rustvine Cultivator. Put an oil counter, remove an oil counter. Yep, we just got them. This is an alternate. Alright, we just seen the Disruption. Nahiri's Sacrifice. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature with mana value X. Nahiri's Sacrifice deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Now that could work out pretty good with a bunch of pump. Alright, we got another Logbook. We got Jawbone Duelist. We got a lot of bone stuff going on, huh? Double Strike with Toxic 1. It's not a terrible little thing. Alright, our rare here is a Vindictive Flamestroker. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on the Flamestroker. 6 colorless and a red. Sacrifice Vindictive Flamestroker. Discard your hand, then draw 4 cards. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each oil counter on Flamestroker. Well, that's Oh, look at that! We got a double rare with a shiny Planeswalker. We got Koth. Alright, search your library for a basic mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Koth resistance deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. And you get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to a target player. That is not a terrible Planeswalker. Alright, we got a Mountains and a Rebel. Alright guys, 4 more packs to go. Boop. Alright, we got another Basilisk. We haven't seen him in a while. Alright, we got another Artifact. We got another Gladiator. We got another Experiment. Wow, we haven't seen the Experiment. When escape the Experiment attacks, target creature an opponent controls gets -X, -0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Alright, we got another Justicar. We got another Thirsting Roots. Another Dune Mover. We got Wellshock Splitter. I think we've seen this one before, but we'll go over. We got a +2/+0, equipped for 3. Nothing very special. A Sinew Dancer. At least the alternate art on that one is really pretty cool. Alright, we got another Rebel. We got an Evolving Adaptive. We got Evolving Adaptive enters the battlefield with an oil counter on it. Gets +1/+1 for each oil counter on it. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has greater power or toughness than Evolving Adaptive, put an oil counter on Adaptive. That's not terrible. Veil of Assimilation. Whenever Veil of Assimilation or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains Vigilance until end of turn. Not the worst. Alright, what we got here? We've got Necrogen Rot Priest. Toxic 2, whenever a creature you control with Toxic deals combat damage to a player, that player gets an additional poison counter. Well, there you go. And with a colorless, a black and a green, target creature you control with Toxic gains Death Touch until end of turn. I like him. Alright, and we've got another Seed Core. That is disappointing. Alright, that is our 4th copy so far. Luckily, we have gotten 4 bonus, so that kind of makes up for it, I guess. But it would still be nice if they were all different. Alright, bring the ending. We got another counter spell. We've got another equipment. We've got another canopy. Another Strider. Oop, another Duress. Another Prowler. We got alternate art rat. We got another Cultivator. Oops. And then we've got another. And we got another Custodian. More rats. Another Ogre. We got another Minor Misstep. And we've got our 3rd different land. I believe that's different than the first one we got. Alright. And then we've got an island. And another Mite. Alright guys, last 2. Let's hope for the best. Arrgh. Arrgh. Alright, we got another Charge of the Mites, another Titanic Growth. We got a Hazardous Blast. Deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. Creatures your opponents control can't block this turn. Well, that's a little double whammy on that one. It's not bad. Vraska's Fall. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and gets a poison counter. You gotta love the twofers. Alright, prologue of Phyrexia's. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Draw a card. Look at that. Not bad. Alright, we got the equipment. Oh, we got another Spell Bomb. Or Skull Bomb, I'm sorry. Got another Cleric. Alright, we got a Plague Nurse. And then we got, look at that. We have got Atrax, the Grand Unifier. That is a $60 card. Alright, we got Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. When she enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each card type, you may put a card of that type from among them revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library into a random order. Now, I said how I was a little disappointed in this box. This just made up for it big time. That is a very nice angel that we just drew. Alright. Then we've got a Forest and a Poison counter. Alright guys, last pack. Alright. We've got Free from Flesh. We've got another Phyrexian Wizard. Alright, we got another Phyrexian Siphoner, Flying with Toxic 1. Alright, we've got another Deep Faith. We got another Troll. We got another Mana. Yet another Skull Bomb. Another Plague Nurse. Get those quite often. We got an Aspiring Ascent. We have got a Nimraiser Paladin. Toxic 2, when enters the battlefield, return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Alright. We got Front Progress. Front of the Progress enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. Target player mills X cards, where X is the number of oil counters on Front of Progress. Not bad for 1. We've got a Rebel Salvo. Rebel Salvo does 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That permanent loses indestructible until end of turn. That's handy. And then we've got Venser, the Corpse Puppeteer. Or Puppet. Lifelink with Toxic 1. When you proliferate, choose one. If you don't control a creature, name the Hollow Sentinel. Create the Hollow Sentinel, a legendary 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token. Target artifact creature you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. Not bad. We've got another Custodian that is shiny. Alright, we've got a red mana, and then we've got yet another rebel. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this is an improvement over the last one, and hopefully the next one gets even better. I'll be editing this and posting this up on YouTube, so if you want to go back and take a look and see what the last final tally is as far as our rares go, come back and see my YouTube channel. Till then guys, thanks a lot. Bye.